Presentation goes like this. Let's say that you are living in the home of your choice and you had no mortgage. The house is paid for. You're driving the car of your choice and the car's paid for. Your phone bills are current, no credit card bills. You have no bills. If you were in that kind of a situation and you had $10,000 a month coming to you, you could live the lifestyle better than most millionaires. Now, folks, we do this seminar all over the world in all different currencies. So for me to adapt it to each currency, I think I'd go crazy, okay? So just so you know that this would be roughly around 13,000 Australian dollars. So I'll be talking US dollars just for convenience. It's just too hard to make the switch. Okay, now, all your friends and all the people you know who are not in network marketing, how could they ever possibly have $10,000 a month coming to them, whether they get out of bed or not? Well, you've probably heard ever since you're very young that wouldn't it be nice someday to have enough money in the bank to be able to live off the interest and not touch the principal? Well, in America, with the amount of interest you can get on an account that would actually send you a check each month, it would take $6 million. That's how much you would have to have in the bank to give you $10,000 a month interest income. And I'm here to tell you that the $10,000 interest that you would get from the money in the bank will spend the same as the $10,000 a month you can get from your networking company, okay? Let's take a look at another figure here. 5,000. Be very comfortable if you had no bills. Still takes $3 million in the bank. Now, how does a person put this money in the bank? Have to have a job, and then they have to pay taxes on the money from the job. Now, that's not a problem here in Australia, correct? Okay? You got to make your car payment, your house payment, all the different things you have to spend money on. What you have left we call discretionary income, and this money you can take your family to a nice meal once a week, and then you're saving up money for a nice holiday once a year. When you're through with all those expenditures, that is the money you have left to put in the bank. How many people you know are going to do that? Could you do that? No way. But see, how many, can I see the hands of the people who know people in your company that make $5,000 a month? People know people make that kind of money? How long did it take them to get to that income? We have seen people get to that kind of income in 6 months, in a year. What if it took 3 years to get to $5,000 a month income? See, I believe everybody here in this room, if you'll work the business with the system the way I'll be teaching it to you tonight, could be at $5,000 and more income per month in 3 years. Now, what are we really saying? What we're saying is that in 3 years, you've put and use the word equivalent of $3 million in the bank in 3 years. Do you ever think in your entire life you could save $1 million a year for 3 years? So you don't make that much money anyway, but yet you are saving the equivalent of $1 million a year for 3 years because the interest on the $3 million, which is $5,000 a month, spends the same as the $5,000 a month you get from your networking company. Now, we've used these large figures for years, and it's always nice to talk about the big dollars, but let me show you something interesting here. And this will help you with your retention of your distributors, and obviously the longer they can stay with you, the better chance they're going to have of making it in the business. You will have people come to you that maybe have been with you 6 months, they're making $200 a month, and they say, this thing is not going fast enough, I'm going to quit. I'm going to give it up. And this is why you need to learn this presentation and show it to people, because not only will they not give it up, but every time you show it, it'll remind you, and you will never quit the business. Because see, to have $200 a month coming to you takes $100,000 in the bank. So you say to your person, God, you must be crazy. You don't make $100,000 a year, but yet you have just saved the equivalent of $100,000 in 6 months, and you're going to quit? Why don't you keep doing what you've been doing, and maybe by the end of the year you get it up to $400,000. See, that takes $200,000 in the bank. You know, in America, we have too many lawyers, too many attorneys, too many bankruptcies. Over 80% of the families that have a bankruptcy could have been avoided if they had an extra $200 to $400 a month coming to them. See, so it always isn't about the big numbers, because see, there are hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people out there and families out there that can use an extra $200 to $400 a month. Now, this presentation is easy to learn because you're dividing in half. So to have $100 a month coming in takes $50,000 in the bank. To have $50 coming in takes $25,000 in the bank. $25 takes $12,500 in the bank. And $12.50 takes $6,250 in the bank. Now, why do I take it down so low? Can I see the hands of the people here this evening that can remember your first check that you got from a network marketing company? Would I be too far off to suggest that it was somewhere between $12 and $50? Okay? How can you get excited about that? See, you can if you know what it represents. Because see, making an extra $12.50 for the month is like you just put $6,250 in the bank. Can I see the hands? People here tonight that save $6,250 a month in the bank? Do any of your friends save $6,250 a month in the bank? No way. So rather than try to put the money in the bank, wouldn't it be much easier to teach them a simple system you can do in 10 minutes so they can sponsor someone, start building a business, and let's say the first 2 to 3 months, they're growing at 12 to 25. Then all of a sudden, in 3 to 4 months, they're growing at 25 to 50. 4 to 6 months, they're at 50 to 100. And let's say in 6 months to a year, they're growing now at $200 to $400 a month. When they're growing at $200 to $400 a month, it's like they're saving between $100,000 and $200,000 a month in the bank. Where can you do that outside of network marketing? I don't know any place you can do that. So a lot of people that kind of poo-poo the industry, they don't understand, folks. This is all about understanding. People don't understand what this business is all about and what you can get from being involved in this business. Now, we have a little, what we call promo card, and I'm going to show you how you use this with the system, but on the back, it has some numbers here for you with the Australian dollars and the Australian interest rates. So it's a little handy thing to have to use.